Hi, my name is Jay Phelps, and this is Ear to the Ground. In part 2 with Harry Mackwood Ling, we discuss what jazz means to him and his contemporaries, and we dive a little bit deeper into his process. When people call you a jazz musician, how do you feel about that?
I'm okay with it. It's cool. Some people would say that spending like $9,000 a year on a jazz course means you should try and be a jazz musician at some point. But you know, like, I don't know. There's different approaches to different kinds of music, especially with like jazz music.
Yeah.
I know quite a lot of people are trying to kind of renounce that term because that, like you said, it feels like it is a thing and it's a separate thing. Which I guess in some ways it sort of is, just from the fact that we say there's like a reggae drummer or like a rock drummer or a jazz drummer, right? But like, I guess jazz is one of those things that's kind of unique in that it's basically kind of like a folkloric music. So it's treated in much the same way that I guess like, you know, rumba and like its derivatives and salsa and stuff are sort of like a Cuban thing, and then subsequently like a Puerto Rican thing and a New Yorican thing, right? So like in the same way, jazz is, it's like a thing you kind of have to study. That's why studying it is important.
But I think people take it almost extreme. Like people, I think a lot of the time it feels like it's either or. Like you either have to, I'm just a jazz musician and nothing else. And if you do anything outside of jazz, it's sort of like you're watering it down, you're not being genuine. But like Ling said, with all those different types of music, it's an influence you can take as much from as you want to, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's all.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, baby.
Is this all your stuff?
Where's the closest power plug?
I'm from Switzerland.
Switzerland, okay.
Where are you from? You don't sound
Canada.
very British.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's
Vancouver.
cool.
I knew him from the internet, so I didn't know he was actually based in London. So he was a LA guy. Then I met him and I was like, what? Oh, that's so sick. Because he was one of the fellow like electronic music people who also made jazz. And then we played some show, and it was really a meaningful show to me because it was the first time I could use my live MIDI setup, like with this DIY controller. And now I've been using it ever since. So he kind of gave me that first push. It was like, yeah, try it, just do it, man. It will be fine. And I did it, and it was sick.
So where does the Mackwood brand fit into it?
It's like the spirit of like jazz improv, right? Like we're playing. Not just recounting the parts of something like verbatim, we're playing, right? And like, so there's the spirit of jazz music in that respect, but then we're also sound designing, right? Like the things that people like Floating Points and Fortet and like Caribou and John Hopkins and I don't know, Fred again and like, you know, all of these kind of like these producers who've been able to make artistry out of what they do. There's also like a what do you call it? A streak of that in this as well, because we all do sound design and production kind of as much as we go out and play and improvise together. About as much as we all go and do session work for people and like play other people's music. So there's this, it's like we fit into the jazz thing by the way that we've like studied and put ourselves together musically. But then there's this kind of like sound design and like wider electronic and even just like international kind of modern music element of using technology as much as we like use the instruments as well.
I'm from North London originally. My family are from Spain and Panama. But yeah, I'm North London.
Okay.
You're mad.
I want to get I don't know how profit works, but I want to get a good man. I'm Francisco.
Nice one. So what do you think about Harry as a musician, as an artist?
He's a funny guy. He's a joker. That's the first thing you'll see. But he's a really great musician to work with. He's probably one of the most creative musicians I know. Obviously, technically, as a drummer, you know, he's incredible and he's really fun to play with. But I think the thing that makes him stand out is his creativity and his, I think, inspiration to make new sounds and try new things out. And you hear that in his music, I think.
number one priority, keep people around you that you like playing with, and make sure that everything that you do, as much as you can, is stuff that you like and that you enjoy. Because if you surround yourself with people who you like get on well with and like playing with, and who are on the same wavelength and like just sort of vibe as you, then you can't go wrong. And that can extend to mean like anything. It could be like whether the people that you're working with are organized. That's kind of important. It could be like whether the people you're working with are like really like playing a really particular way that no one else really does, you know, like not just getting people involved because you think you should, or because like someone told you that you have to do this or do that. You know, do it because you actually know what each situation, whether it's musical or professional or whatever, what each situation means to you, you know, like one after the other. So, you know, it's like an example, making a record, then having to get people involved who know how to mix it, and people who know how to, I don't know, push it and market it. And then also, but most importantly, supporting all that is people that you like making music with, because how are you going to do any extensive gigging or playing or recording or writing with, or anything with people that you don't like get on with? You know, might as well just do it with people that you know, yeah. So it's all done with like love and passion and all that good stuff.